She didn't name any names, but obviously TikTok being the way that it is, people found out within 2 seconds who it was. If Yana thinks that her value is $1,000 to do a collab, go for gold. Have I ever done that? No.
Because I'd like to come out of the closet with something fabulous.
Okay.
And admit something that I think might shock people.
Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning, Brittany. How are you feeling?
You know what? Fucking awesome.
I've got hair on my face. What's going on? I'm going bald. Why are you awesome?
Because it's just good times ahead.
Wait, I'm like in a really good mood too.
Oh, good.
But I think it's because I'm a little, I'm coming down from a high over the weekend.
What'd you do?
Well, I got stoned all weekend. As in rhinestoned,
oh, yes,
because I
was
stoning the dress. But technically, I think I did get a little high because the fumes from the glue.
So are you hand doing them?
Yes.
With one of those little pen things?
Yes.
How fun is that?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I did enjoy the process. So I always used to love doing like little outfits and making up outfits, as you've seen throughout the years on the red carpets. I've used
spikes and chains.
DIY a lot of the looks myself. And
spikes.
And I love, you know what, one time, actually, here's a little tea for you. I think I've said this before though, is the Aria's red carpet. I think it was the first time I walked the Aria's red carpet. I just went into, and it was November, so all the Christmas stuff was out. So I just went into Target at the time, and the spikes, I had these like kind of shoulder pad spikes.
Yeah.
They were Christmas glitter hedgehogs.
Oh.
That I just cut the heads off and stuck the hedgehog bodies on to get the spike effect on the shoulders. But anyway, I have been rhinestoning all weekend. We've done like 40,000 rhinestones on this dress. It's crazy. I had friends come over and help. Sky helped, and we've just been nonstop the last 3 days rhinestoning, but the glue is like industrial strength, like super toxic glue. And I mean, we had the windows open and the fan going and the aircon on to really ventilate the whole thing. Because I remember when I did the Dancing Queen dresses a few years ago, I remember being like, oh my God, I'm like on cloud nine. Like I'm high on these fumes, love. And then I was living in a little apartment, so it was a tiny little area. So I learned my lesson. And last time when I did the rhinestones, I was like, oh my God, I just feel like I never want to do this again in my life. But I've actually really enjoyed the process this time around.
Well, I recently did a campaign with the CommBank. I don't know if you saw the video. And I don't know if I can really say this. I'll just say it, whatever. One of the videos isn't out yet, but because I met a heap of business owners, like they won a competition, and one of them, she has a tutu business where they make tutus. And so I got to go to her like office and warehouse in Sydney, and like same thing, they hand decorate like all the embellishments on the tutus. And I got to have a little go at putting on some gemstones like on a tutu. It's actually really fun.
So you used one of those pens with the wax on the end that you just like pick one up.
Obsessed.
And so I used to do it with like tweezers back in the day, and now since I got one of those pens, it's a game
Whoever
changer.
invented those pens surely is a billionaire.
Yeah.
And it's such a simple concept.
I know.
I still don't quite get how it sticks to the rhinestone, but we don't ask.
Neither.
No.
And so why are you ecstatic? You said you were ecstatic just because good times ahead, but what are the good times ahead? Just life.
Yeah. There's nothing in particular. I'm just excited, you know, just living life.
I'm excited too. Oh my God, by the way, sorry, I didn't even mention it yet. Obviously, we were rhinestoning for the Bring Back Glamor tour, which kicks off this week.
Literally.
If you listen to this episode.
Is it this week?
Yes, like, Wednesday night is opening night. I wasn't sure if it
was this week or next week.
No, so if you listen to the podcast the day it drops on a Tuesday, then that means tomorrow night is opening night in Sydney. And I don't even remember, because my brain right now is just hectic. So I don't remember how much we've spoken about the tour on the podcast and whether I've given you an update, but I've just been
I think the last time we said like you're going into practice mode.
Yeah.
Like.
And I have been. And it's great. I'm feeling so excited about it. Good. I performed to a little test audience of a few people from my team the other day because I was very nervous because this show obviously being so political and, taking the piss out of conservative, we're talking about things that a lot of people will find controversial. And I mean, all my shows are always controversial. I think I really pushed the boundaries last time.
Yeah.
And this time I feel I've pushed the boundaries even more. I mean, we talk about all of the things right now going on in the world and things like transgender people in bathrooms or immigrants or things like that. So I'm not going to spoil some of the show for you, but we go down that route. So it's obviously hot topics with a lot of opinions around it, and it's, you know, taking the piss out of a lot of things. So
I was telling AJ on the weekend, like we were talking about your live show, and I was saying how you have said that sometimes, like after you've done a tour, there might be like 1 or 2 negative reviews of people that came along and like got offended by something. Like you said, there's always like 1 or 2. And AJ's just like, why the fuck would people go and see live comedy if they get offended by something?
Yeah.
Like literally don't go.
And we address all of that at the start of the show. And we address it by pushing a lot of boundaries at the start of the show. And so I set the tone very early.
Yeah, but why would someone go to a live comedy show?
I don't know,
if
but
they
some
get
people
offended
might.
by
And I mean,
shit?
I think that's the good thing about me. I think I've set everybody up. Like, I feel like if you listen to the podcast, you know how unhinged I am. So, like, you know, coming along to the show, you're probably going to expect that things are going to be quite crazy. But that's also the benefit of coming to something like that I put on, because you actually get something that you could never get from me online.
No.
You will get... I literally couldn't put half the things to say online, could I?
You would actually get cancelled. But if you say it in person, it's fine.
Yeah, that's... But that's the environment that you're like setting up. And that's why I do love that I do the comedy shows, because I do think it's something very different to anything that anyone else really in this space is doing, at least at the level and the fabulousness that I guess I'm giving.
I'm excited to see it, but when is the Central Coast one? It's a while.
Ages. It's not till July.
July.
Yes.
July when?
10.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, so true.
Yeah, we're going away, but end of July.
Yeah, okay. We can talk about that in like a close friends or something.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Because, you know, you never go on a bloody holiday, so I'm excited to hear about that. But yes, all 5 Sydney shows sold out. We are looking at putting a few more seats in the room, though.
Because
so
I know
hopefully a few more will
last
be
time
on
we
sale.
spoke, you were like, there's still tickets at Sydney.
I know. I'm really surprised that so many of them actually went and sold out. I was a little worried, but that was good. And then everywhere else around the country that I'm going sold out, except for Gold Coast has like no tickets left. So if you're from the Gold Coast, better hurry up, because I think there's like 15 tickets left. Sunshine Coast is quite low. Mackay is so surprising. Mackay is really surprising because it's almost all sold out.
Oh, good. Maybe people just like needed to take a minute. Like
probably.
Like it's a bit different to like buying a product online when it's like you're going to a show. You got to message your friends, see who wants to come, figure out who's coming, if you're going to get a hotel, if you don't live near there.
Fucking God, Brittany, bring back glamour, please.
I'm drinking a can of beer and it
As
just
usual.
makes me burp. Like maybe people need like a couple of weeks to sort their shit out. Like who's going to have the kids, blah, blah, blah. Who's coming? Are we getting dinner before?
Yeah.
It's not like buying like a product online where you just buy it straight away. People need a plan.
And those other shows in Far North Queensland, so we have Mackay, Townsville, Cairns and Rockhampton. Again, if you're from any of those places, please buy a ticket. But even if we didn't sell another ticket in any of those places, I am more than happy with how this tour as a whole has sold, but also those locations, because those venues that I'm performing in, like for example in Townsville, like that venue I think is like 350 seats, which is huge. That's like what I do in
When
Melbourne.
are you going to be up there?
June. And June, like it's the 2nd or 3rd week of June.
How many days are you up there?
Well, I go from place to place
is it just
each
night
day.
after night? Like there's no nights in between?
Yeah, and I'm driving, darling. I pick up a hire car. There's no private jet here, my darling. I pick up a hire car.
I might just come up there for one day, just for shits and giggles.
And I like fly in. I think I fly into Cairns, fly in that day, perform the show that night, go to bed, wake up, drive in the hire car for 4.5 hours to the next stop, and do the same thing for 4 days in a row. It's going to be a big
Is Sky going
job.
with you?
No. Oh, he's coming to some of the locations, but not all of them. But
maybe me and Sky need to just come to Townsville
it's so bizarre
or something.
So many people ask me that. So many people say, is Sky coming on tour with you? I go, like, to me, I'm just like, but why would he?
I would have thought maybe he would go to those ones because it's like so far away and random. I thought maybe he would come.
No. But, I don't go to his work.
True.
And say, hello, darling. I'll just tag along and sit here while you do your job.
If I was doing a tour in like Sydney, Melbourne, blah, 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 like AJ wouldn't come. But then I'd maybe be like, come to the Cairns one or something. Yeah. It's just like random and far away.
But also there's no time to do anything. Like I won't be able to see any of the sights in those places. Like, and I mean, I fly into Cairns. I got to do hair, makeup, sound check. And then a couple hours later perform the show. And then go to bed and wake up the next morning and do the same thing and go somewhere else.
Speaking of hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Can we please talk about the drama that went on last week?
Oh, yes.
We need to weigh in.
Oh, I have so much to say. Okay, you explain.
Okay. Wait, I need to get the names because I'm not across the names. But everyone knows
it's Ella Starr and Yana Marks.
So Yana Marks is the Love Island winner, right?
Oh, I don't know. But sure. Yeah.
I think she's like a influencer.
Yana Marks is the influencer, right?
Yeah.
And she was going to Perth, I believe.
Yes.
And Ella Starr is the makeup artist.
Okay, so I saw that video when it came out. And if I'm getting any of these facts wrong, don't fact check.
Yeah, you know to fact check everything on this podcast because we don't know what's going on really.
Nothing here is factual.
Yeah.
So Ella Starr is a Perth-based makeup artist, and I saw her video pop up on my TikTok For You page, like as soon as she posted it, kind of thing. This was like last week or something. And she essentially came out and said, I've got a lot of thoughts on this too, Matt, and I feel like you and I might be the same. But Ella came out and said, I reached out to this influencer because I knew she was traveling to Perth and I offered to do her makeup for free. And then the influencer came back and said, hey, thanks for reaching out. My fee is $1,000. And so this makeup artist went straight to TikTok to talk about this. She didn't name any names, but obviously TikTok being the way that it is, people found out within 2 seconds who it was, and it was that Yana Marks. And so it's been this whole like debate online as to who's in the wrong, who's in the right. Can Yana be charging this? And I think a lot more information has come out since because there was also a hair artist involved who had agreed to pay the fee, and the hair girl is the one that told the makeup girl that Yana was going to Perth and said like you should collab with her too. And so I think Yana has come out in defense to be like, yes, that's my fee, $1,000. I told them both that they could split it, so it'd be $500 each. And I believe her fee also included like collab posting on with the hair and makeup artist or whoever it was, and they would be able to capture all the content that they want, and there's unlimited usage. And so now there's been this huge kind of back and forth debate online as to who's in the wrong, who's in the right. You know, can the makeup artist work for free? Should Yana be able to charge her? And I think what I'm about to say is the same as what you would say.
Okay, you say what you need to say.
Okay, because this has been the internet's debate. It's like, is it wrong that she's charging $1,000 and that the makeup artist would have to work for free?
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with her saying that her fee is $1,000.
100%.
There is nothing wrong with that, especially given that she was going to agree to collab post with him. Like, doesn't she have...
That's I think, the definitive part of the story.
Yes.
If a makeup artist came to me and said, hey, can I do your makeup?
Yeah.
No way am I going, sure, it'll cost you $1,000. If a makeup artist came to me and said, hey, can I do your makeup?
And can we collab?
You want to use my face in your marketing, in your emails, on your Instagram and collab post with me so then my followers see it and maybe go and follow you.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe then I'm charging $1,000, you know. But also, to be fair, like, I don't know if I ever would. Like, would you do that?
No, and I never have. Like, there's been so many times... I was thinking about like my own personal experiences. Like, number one, there's nothing wrong with a woman, especially, putting value on herself. If Yana thinks that her value is $1,000 to do a collab, go for gold. Have I ever done that? No. But could I? Yes. I've collabed with so many hair and makeup people, you know, over the years. Like, for example, I think it was earlier this year, like AJ and I went on a boat party and I reached out to my friend Mon, who does hair. She does makeup. And then I was like, can I book you to do my makeup? And she was like, yes, yes, yes. And then she was like, I said to her, I want to pay. Because, you know, I think like when you have a following, those like hair and makeup artists, they're always happy to do it for free because they know they're going to be able to get that content of you to then share and like boost, I guess, their page.
Yeah.
And I said to Mon, no, I want to pay. And she was like, no. And she wouldn't let me, but I ended up buying her a really nice bottle of perfume. And I still did the collab post anyway. It was when we did that one and I was like, it's my wedding trial, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I would never charge for something like that, but there's nothing wrong with charging, especially if you're going to do that collab post, because I've loved seeing a lot of people kind of like talk about this online and say, you know, if you're a makeup artist and you wanted to promote your business and you ran some Meta Facebook ads, you would have to pay Meta to do that. So investing that $500 or $1,000 in collabing with someone like Yana, it's a marketing expense. Yes, you have to put in the work for free doing the makeup and doing the hair, but the results that you're going to get out of that are going to be tenfold. Because, for example, like when Mon did my makeup for that boat party and I said, it's my wedding trial, that video blew up on her page and she got so many inquiries after it for weddings, like people screenshotting going, can I book you for my wedding and you do this exact makeup that you did on Britney? Yeah. So, like, yes, it's not really heard of. Like, I've never heard of someone charging in that way that Yana does, but there's nothing wrong with it, I would say, especially if then you're going to get all this content to use on your page and then get customers out of it. I would say that $500 or $1,000 plus your time doing the services is a small investment to make for what could then turn into something really big for your business.
Exactly.
And thank you for listening to this episode of Big Business on High Scrollers.
The only thing that I would add to everything you've already said is the only thing that I think is a really important part of this conversation that I don't think many people are considering. I mean, I haven't really heard anyone talk about that, but I'm sure there is. I say that a few times on this podcast. I go, I haven't heard anyone say this. And then someone will send me a reel and go, well, this person, you know, in fact, shout out to Two Broke Chicks. Can we shout out Two Broke Chicks? Because there's two parts to this. I want to say two things.
Yeah.
First of all, going back to if someone asks me if they want to do my makeup and whatnot, I have had fabulous makeup artists offer to do makeup for my shows this tour. I have so far told everyone I'll let you know just because being on stage is such a process for me that I almost would assume that I would just be in show mode and not be any fun and I would just want to sit in silence. And I feel like someone wanting to do my makeup and then me sit in silence, I'm not really giving them a good experience. So, and also maybe I just want to do the process because it's a bit therapeutic for me to do that and get into show mode. Anyway, the point is I am such a yes person and I once saw, you know, that random marketing guy, Gary V?
Yeah.
Who's like, whatever.
I like Gary V.
Yeah, he's fun, but like whatever. I saw a video from him once about how he encouraged whoever was watching the video to always say yes to every person who asks for something because one, leave your ego at the door because, you know, who are you? And second of all, you never know where that person's going to go or where that person will end up. And I took that on board with podcast collabs. So basically like anyone who's ever asked me to be on their podcast, I go, yep, sure, I'll do it. And I've been on podcasts where they have 60 listeners a week and I've been on podcasts with 100,000. And a good example of that is Two Broke Chicks who people always tag in their videos or in our videos because we both have similar concepts of podcasts where we talk about what's trending online. So a lot of the time we cross over. And remember just last week or the week before, I said, I saw this great quote about how the friendship quote about how I want you to grow, just not in my garden. So they spoke about the same thing on their podcast and did a social clip about it. So everyone was then in the comments being like, hi scrollers, they spoke about what you spoke about. And of course I go back nice because we love these girls. They're fabulous. So I go back and go, same brains as these beautiful queens. We should team up and just have one podcast at this point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Two Broke Chicks is a good example. They came to me when they had like barely any listeners and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Who are these two random crazy girls? Oh, this is fun. Yep, sure, I'll go in and do the bloody podcast. Sure, no man. Look at Two Broke Chips and Two Broke Chicks and the empire that they've built and are continuing to build. You know, you never know. And now they've got my back, you know what I mean? And so that relationship is formed because I said yes to a podcast. I mean, I don't know how many listeners they had, but it was quite early on and I don't think they had many at the time. And, you know, now we have this beautiful friendship as well and they've got my back and I've got their back, you know. That's the first part. The second part, So the first part was, I'm someone who just always says yes, and so I probably wouldn't charge $1,000. But second part is, or actually there's three parts to this. The second part is, I wonder if Yana just was like, I can't be bothered with this girl, but I don't want to say no, so I'll just say it's $1,000 just to shut her up and get her away from me because I don't want her to do my makeup.
No, I think she already had the deal with the hair girl.
Oh,
and it was the hair girl that told the makeup girl.
Okay.
So the fee was already there and they could have split it.
Because sometimes if I don't want to do something, I might just charge an absolutely ridiculous amount and go, they're going to say no to this, which they always do. And I'll go, yeah, sorry, that's going to cost you $50,000. And
for one story.
For one event attendance. Yeah. You want me to walk the red carpet at the premiere of the movie I don't want to see? Yeah, it'll cost you $50,000, love. No one's paying that. Anyway, and then, so the other part that I actually want to talk about, this is the part that I think no one's talking about, but as I said, someone probably has.
I have something to add too. There's a fifth part after your part.
Great.
And I don't know if what you're about to say is what I would say too.
Sometimes you bitches need to shut the fuck up.
Yes. I was going to say, the girl, there was no need for, offense, Ella, there was no need for you to go to TikTok to complain about that. Like, I understand you can post whatever you want on your platforms. You can complain about whatever. But again, like knowing the way that TikTok and social media is, she would have posted that knowing everyone would find out who it was.
This is
and
the
what
thing.
was her motive.
You can no longer be naive on the internet and say, I had no idea that video was going to blow up. Every time you sit down to film a TikTok, you film it with the intention of as many eyes getting on that as possible. I mean, you were about to do this girl's makeup to improve your marketing. And so you've now used this situation to improve your marketing. You wanted eyes on the video, blah, blah, blah. The thing is...
And I see it from a business owner's point of view too. Like, it is frustrating to have someone, charge you for something that you would normally charge for. Like, I understand that. Normally she would charge someone to do their makeup, and instead she's got an influencer saying, no, you have to pay me to do it. But you didn't need to go to TikTok with that, because it just comes back to, I know we've spoken about it a lot here, just women dogpiling on other women, because that's all it's caused.
Sure. I have a totally different point though. I think it only damages her own reputation, and not to dogpile on Ella in this situation, but just any business that gets online and slanders an influencer or whatever, I'm like, well, I'm not going to support your business. I'm not going to buy from you. Like, I would now never book this Ella girl if I go to Perth to do my show. I'm not going to book her, because what if she has a bad experience about me and does a thing, and all she has to say is, so an Australian influencer who's a comedian recently came to Perth and did a show. Well, fucking hell, everyone's going to know it's me.
I know. I thought that immediately when I saw the video. I was like, why did you post this? I get you're frustrated or confused, or you didn't know that some influencers would do that.
And the problem is no influencers, I would assume, would probably take her up on an offer. So she's like ruined the chance to continue building relationships. If she just kept her mouth quiet and she messaged me, I never would have known, and maybe I would have said yes, because I'm a yes man and I say yes to everyone.
Go talk to your friends about it, go to your friends. Oh my God, can you believe this? But it just opens a whole can of worms when you take things to TikTok. And I just think, like, from here on out, can we all collectively make an agreement? This goes out to everyone in the world and in Australia specifically.
Get ready to clip it.
If you're going to make a video on TikTok calling someone or something out, stop de-identifying them.
Yeah.
Just come out and say.
Name and shame.
Yes. Bring back naming and shaming.
Bring back naming and shaming. Because if something, what are you scared of? Defamation? Well, if it happened and you can prove it.
Yep.
Like, in this scenario, she could have proved, because I'm sure it's all in messages.
Yep. Just come out and say who it is, because I'm just sick of people being like, this influencer from Australia. Like, just say who it is. Because otherwise you're just leaving it up to the comments to find out who it is in 5 seconds.
And then everybody, we just saw this with that jewellery brand that said, an influencer has done a chargeback or said it never arrived and then wore the necklace, and then I was involved. I was thrown under the bus. Someone was like, it's all right, hey. And then, I obviously took the piss.
Bring back naming and
some
shaming.
people can be totally damaged by that sort of caught in the crossfire situation. Totally.
Bring back naming and shaming.
Bring back naming and shaming. But yeah, like I think the main point that I see from this whole thing, apart from is mainly that some of you just need to keep your mouth shut, because I think it's like, okay, your 5 minutes of TikTok views has now ruined, because I'm just thinking in my mind, if Ella had kept her mouth shut and not done the video and contacted me to do her makeup, as I was saying, because I'm a yes man, I might have gone,
to say
sure.
yes, yeah.
Now that she's done that, I'm never going to go anywhere near that.
Maybe not, because she made that video about that influencer.
And so I think just a reminder, everyone, keep some things between your friends and your family, and maybe not every story needs to make it to TikTok, because, I mean, what was the goal there for her? I can't figure that out.
It's a tricky one. I see it from both sides. I don't think anyone was in the wrong or the right in this situation. Like, it's on both sides. There's nothing wrong with charging that $1,000 the same way that it's valid for her to have been shocked by the $1,000 thing and feeling like she doesn't want to work for free. But I think no one was in the wrong there. Like, they both have rights to do whatever they want. She can be upset about being charged $1,000. The other girl is allowed to charge $1,000. I just don't think it should have went to the internet.
Can I also just say, I think $1,000 is quite low compared to the makeup industry and what some people would charge. I think $1,000 in my mind
when
is
it comes
quite
to marketing,
reasonable.
Yeah, if you're going to get something real good, and $1,000, or in her case $500 if she was going to go half with the other artist, is a really low barrier to entry for something that was going to potentially boost her business and get her more customers.
Yeah, but I also mean, like, if you were given another opportunity with makeup and you wanted to buy your way into getting, something. I don't know, a makeup job at a runway show or something. I don't know. Like, I obviously don't know how that all works, but I just think $1,000 surely is on the lower end of the scale of what, I mean, if you messaged Beyonce and said, hello, darling, would you like your makeup done? Wouldn't someone go, yeah, like, wouldn't Beyonce's team be going back going, yeah, it'll be $200K, babe. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think Yana's fee of $1,000 really isn't that. It's because, again, and at the end of the day, this whole conversation is just because people hate influencers, because people hate women.
Yep.
Okay? Because all they're doing is going, well, what's Yana doing? No work. So why is she getting paid $1,000? But they don't see how much work she's done to get to the point of charging $1,000 for all of her following and all of the work that she does up to that. And realistically, I mean, I can only assume with everything that Yana's probably doing, and I don't know her, and I didn't know she was on Love Island, and I haven't even looked at her
I could be wrong
page.
with that. Don't someone fact check. I don't know if she was on Love Island.
Google girl fact check, please. But I can imagine that $1,000 is that it might, if you've just come off Love Island.
I think she won.
Okay, so if you've just won Love Island and just come off it, and your profile right now is really boosted, I can imagine that $1,000 is probably pocket money compared to maybe what she's making, but I don't know her situation.
And to anyone out there, like, if you are a makeup or hair artist and you do get the opportunity to do an influencer's hair or makeup, Google girl saying, yeah, that's correct. If you get like the opportunity to do someone's hair or makeup, like having them sitting in your chair, like, and again, like, I don't think I'm anyone fucking special, but like, let's take my friends Wade and Sean, for example, who do my hair all the time. What is their most viewed videos on their profile? The ones of me. So when you've got someone that is known in your chair, you will make the most of them being in your chair. You'll do
and how many hundreds of or thousands of girls have gone to whack the salon because of you.
Exactly. And like, you will do a reel, a TikTok. You'll take photos so you can post them on the grid. You'll do a story series, take some more photos, send out an email to your newsletter subscribers being like, we had Brittany Saunders in the salon. Here's what we did. Like, from someone sitting in your chair once, you will be able to get endless amounts of content. And if that person is allowing you to use that content in any way that you want, you can create so many media types out of one visit, which is going to benefit your business and give you more customers, because they will screenshot that and be like, I want to come in and get that makeup that Yana had on. Like, that's the investment. That was that $1,000 fee.
There you go. Another big business episode done and dusted.
Well, I wanted to talk about it on Big Business too, so now I don't have to. So thanks for listening to Big Business. Now let's go back to High Scrollers.
Oh, I'm just going to... Google Girl's just given us an update that Two Broke Chicks has joined the Nova podcast network. That's fun. Didn't even know that.
Maybe we should collab with them, but we'll charge them $1,000.
I thought you were serious. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, we'll get them on our pod and we'll charge them $1,000 to come on it.
Please be upstanding for the royal flush.
Yes, it's time for our royal flush, the best thing we've seen on the internet, or the most interesting, or look, we're really loose with that rule. We just basically use this section to talk about whatever we want. As always, this podcast has no structure, but I think that's what you love about
Matt,
it.
just to go on a little segue.
Yeah.
I was
that's good.
Don't
forget about the royal flush. We'll fuck that off. What do you want to say?
I was thinking about over the weekend, like how High Scrollers started. And so just to give everyone like a bit of a recap, because we've been doing this podcast for coming on 3 years now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Ellie, who used to be the big boss at Nova. Hi, Ellie. She still listens to the pod.
She messages after some episodes and goes, oh my God.
So she emailed me years ago, like over 3 years ago. I got an email from Ellie and she just said like, hey, Britt, you know, just wondering, would you ever want to do a podcast? Because I used to have one of my own podcasts that I did in lockdown times by myself. And I remember showing the email to AJ and going like, I got this email from Nova. Like they're kind of a big deal. Like this is pretty cool. And then I went back to Ellie and I said, yes, I would love to do this, but I don't want to do it alone. And I thought of you straight away. I think I messaged you. I was like, I got this. Like, would you want to do this with me?
Yeah.
And so then we like spoke to Nova and pitched the idea to them. And look, I could be wrong, but I think before us, Nova's podcasts were mainly more like ex-reality stars, like radio people. I don't think they'd ever done a podcast with like influencers before. No. So they were kind of like taking a chance on you and I. I remember we went down there and we kind of had to do like a kind of like an audition podcast. And so we sat in the studio doing an audition podcast, and I was just reflecting on it on the weekend. Like I feel like before we started with Nova, we kind of had to prove ourselves to them.
Yeah.
And our podcast started off as, you know, you and I like really talking about topics, and it felt like we were almost like radio presenters. And now I'm just pissing that you're like, we've got this royal flush, but fuck it. Like we just talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how funny is that? And I always think back to Ellie like taking a chance on us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I reckon that's the best thing she ever did at Nova.
We didn't want it to be trending topics. We tried to say we just want to talk about us,
but I think because they'd never done an influencer podcast before.
And I remember as well, I had just come off the back of Trash Alley. That had been I mean, that was an absolute mess, as you all know. I've spoken about it before, about how that just like fizzled out and it didn't, and all podcasts on that network just like they got rid of all of them basically. And, you know, I was left in the dark with a lot of that. And I was like, one day I'll do a tell-all in my memoir about everything that went wrong with that. But it kind of 4 weeks beforehand had totally ended. And then I think it was literally like a week or so after it ended, you messaged, but you'd known for ages. Because the thing was with Trash Alley, which I don't know whether I've ever said, is we knew it was over and we weren't allowed to talk about it. They wouldn't let us talk about the fact that it was over. And it was just so bizarre. And I was like, can we talk? Can we tell our audience that we're not coming back? I just had to keep it a secret for like 3 fucking months. Anyway, I'll do a tell-all one day.
Yep.
When the NDA expires. And then so you'd known for a while that I wasn't going to have a podcast. And then, so High Scrollers started moving in the background. And then, anyway, eventually when it finally was announced, well, it was like a week later, we had our first meeting with Nova. So it was all very fast. And then 3 weeks later, we'd announced that we were doing High Scrollers, and everyone was like, oh, so Trash Alley ended because you had this better opportunity. First and foremost, fuck yeah. Oh, the pay increase from Trash Alley to High Scrollers. Thank fuck I got out of that, Joel. First and foremost, sorry. Because to everyone who misses Trash Alley, thank fuck for High Scrollers. Or I don't know what I'd be doing. I probably wouldn't have time for a podcast. I'd have a full-time job.
So can you say like I saved your career basically?
100%.
I saved your career.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, I would have figured it out surely, but it was a nice little sliding doors moment.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I can't say much more about Trash Alley. I'm saving it for the memoir that I write one day about, because I do feel a bit, just for lack of a better term, fucked over by a lot of the things that went on within that situation from the start. But anyway, landing with High Scrollers with you was fabulous. But I do remember saying, people will just listen to us talk. It doesn't have to be about a trending TikTok dance.
No, yeah.
And don't forget, 3 years ago, TikTok was so different.
Yes.
You didn't have the TikTok we have today.
So
we had a
true.
TikTok where like the funniest thing on TikTok was like this 3-second video. And it was like, how the fuck do we talk about this for 15 fucking minutes?
Yeah.
So at the time we were like, we just want to talk about our lives. And Nova, God bless, were like, we just don't think people will listen to that.
But it was because they'd never had people like us have a podcast.
I totally understand why they had that view. And obviously coming from very, I guess, corporate, for lack of a better term, to then expanding into like a social influencer aspect where
Unhinged.
they're like, we don't really understand what's going on, but let's try and make it work. And I remember after that first week, I said, we got tens of thousands of listeners of Trash Alley, so I'm sure, we'll get at least 20,000 in the first week or something. And I remember distinctly Ellie saying to us, well, we'll see how we go. A good goal would be 1,000 listeners in the first week. Well, fucking hell, the first week the listeners came in, we had almost 100,000 or something like that, 50,000 listeners in the first 2-3 days, and Nova scrambled. They were like, shit, girls, let's get a new team together, more people on this project. And so I think we really proved ourselves, and thankfully our listeners, you don't go anywhere. We don't see anyone drop off. You also don't stop listening halfway through an episode. Everyone kind of listens to the whole episode from start to finish.
So the scrollers are the best.
I think it's like good because we have those little things though that people listen out for each week. For example, when I say better let you go, Joel, got to go and do this or that.
I know, we need to have more of those.
Yeah, like people have started to try and guess what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one scroller who messages me each week and goes, I'm messaging what my guess is and I'll see if I get it right. And she's yet to get it right. But she messages at the start of just before I say it, and then goes, I'm messaging here for proof, and then I'll see if I get it right. But she hasn't got it right yet. But anyway, so I think that's really something that would probably surprise people is a lot of people don't listen to podcasts the whole way through.
Yeah.
They drop off, or if you talk about trending topics like this, they might see a social clip of us talking about something and then only come on and join for that chat and then click off. I know I do that though. If I see one of the influencer update things, one of the podcasts that talk about influencers in Australia, if I see them talk about something that I want to listen to, I'll just go and find that section and listen to it. Whereas like everyone seems to listen to the whole episode and we just keep growing and everybody loves it and, slay.
And we're yet to be cancelled.
Yeah, but I don't know why, because the amount of shit we say is just unhinged. Anyway, how long have we been recording for? Like we're at 38 minutes.
Let's quickly do the royal flushes.
Or should we save that and do it as our close friends?
Okay, yeah.
Because we just do whatever we want in this goddamn
who cares?
podcast.
Who cares what Nova wants?
Oh my God.
Well, any other final personal things? Because we're going to do our royal flushes in the close friends.
Yes.
Anything else personal you want to touch on? Anything I want to touch on? No, not really.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening, scrollers. Appreciate you being here with us. Thank you for listening to our podcast the entire way through.
Yeah.
Thank you if you've been with us for almost 3 years. And if you have just joined us, I'm so sorry.
Crazy.
But you've got a lot to catch up on.
And you know what? Like I remember back then when Ellie first approached me and then I was like to you, do you want to do this with me? Like I remember thinking, I wonder how long we'll do this for. Like I didn't know if it was going to be like a 6-month thing, a 12-month thing. Like I'm really surprised that we are still going 3 months in and growing and
3 years in.
Yeah.
You said 3 months in.
Oh, sorry, 3 years in. Like, I'm just so surprised because when we first started it, like, you know, a lot of people start podcasts and then they give up because it's hard work. It's a lot of work. Obviously, we don't do much work.
We have a fabulous team, including Google Girl and everyone else.
So
Socials Brit, who does the socials for us. There's a whole team of people who obviously are working behind the scenes.
I'm just really surprised. Like, I guess back then I thought, yeah, we'll give this a go. Like, might do it for 12 months. I don't know. Like, I didn't see it like – I didn't know because we'd never done something like this before. I didn't know if it was going to be a long-term thing or it was just going to be like a little fun thing that we did for 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. And thank God. And thank God we don't hate each other as well because your whole thing was like, I don't want to do business with friends.
Well, that was one of my concerns, which is so valid. But I think like having Nova, you know, doing this whole podcast.
If we had more of a workload, it would be fucked.
If we were editing, we would not be friends anymore.
No, because I'm going, Brittany's not pulling her weight and she's not editing as much and blah, blah, my time's just as valuable as hers, you know.
Dead.
So anyway, thanks for listening, Scrollers. We'll catch you on Close Friends this Friday for our Royal Flush of the Week. Now, I've got something fabulous to talk about. Actually, I think it might shock people. Actually, I think we might record the Close Friends because I'd like a social clip of my Royal Flush because I'd like to come out of the closet with something fabulous.
Okay.
And admit something that I think might shock people.
Oh,
So
shit.
stay tuned for that. Don't forget, Bring Back Glamor tour. There's not many tickets left to those places I said at the start. Cairns, Rockhampton, Townsville, Mackay, Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast. Only places to have any tickets left. So get your tickets. I'll see you soon. I can't wait. But anyway, dolls, I better let you go. I think I need to lie down. My head's still spinning from the rhinestone glue.